If not, we just stay at the bottom, waiting for America to solve problems. God is my strength, so I'm going harder to be a savior. All I really wanted. Now I'm a savior, cause my doctrine is over the scale. It's insane that they try to step on it. Can't put a limit on this, cause the truth limitless. If you beat it, you will sleep in a coma. Look at them shutting the doors of the kingdom of heaven. The skies pretending to be brethren. They living like the son of the devil and overly sinning. They hate to see the righteous happy. They need a new spirit, something y'all can give them, but teachers will tell you the Christ cap it down. See, I know the end of the righteous and I know the end of the sinners as well. We are the way out of hell. We got the light and I'm gonna do what's right, and we winning the fight to ascend like a flight, so let's unite.
What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know this what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time. And I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas wait for? Let's unite.
And what y'all niggas wait for? God sent his son and he's the door. In the morgue, shall we suffer in the story? Restoring the fallen tents of David, building a foundation number 4. Babylon is the greatest whore. They keeping us trapped, and that's the attack on our minds. Everyone designed to divide and keep us blind. And that shit is whack. That's why we need to unite, put up a fight. They put on our babies and that shit not right. They want you to sin, but just to be born again. What's happening now didn't happen then. God is visiting a prophet among your brethren. When you gon' open your ears to comprehend, and y'all can stop the copying, cause there's only the real standing in the end, ready to ascend, tired of being condemned. So
let's unite. What you niggas wait for? I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? What you waiting for?
Let's unite.
I know that's what you wait for. Let's unite. What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know that's what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas wait for? Let's unite.
If not, we just stay at the bottom, waiting for America to solve problems. God is my strength, so I'm going harder to be a savior. All I really wanted. Now I'm a savior, cause my doctrine is over the scale. It's insane that they try to step on it. Can't put a limit on this, cause the truth limitless. If you beat it, you will sleep in a coma. Look at them shutting the doors of the kingdom of heaven.
Hey, peace and blessing. Brothers, I'm not sure if you can hear me yet.
They need a new spirit, something y'all can give them, but teachers will tell you the Christ cap it down. See, I know the end of the righteous, and I know the end of the sinners as well. We are the way out of hell. We got the light, and I'm gonna do what's right, and we win in the fight to ascend like a flight. So let's unite.
What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know this what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time. And I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas waiting for? Let's unite.
And what y'all niggas waiting for? God sent his son and he's the door. In the more shall we suffer and distort, restoring the fallen tents to David, building a foundation number 4. Babylon is the greatest whore. They keeping us trapped, and that's the attack on our minds. Everyone designed to divide and keep us blind. And that shit is whack. That's why we need to unite, put up a fight. They put on our babies and that shit not right. They want you to sin, but you to be born again. What's happening now didn't happen then. God has risen a prophet among your brethren. When you gon' open your ears to comprehend, and y'all can stop the copying, cause there's only the real standing in the end, ready to ascend, tired of being condemned. So
let's unite. What you niggas waiting for? I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? What you waiting for?
Let's unite.
I know that's what you wait for. Let's unite. What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know that's what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas waiting for? Let's unite.
If not, we just stay at the bottom, waiting for America to solve problems. God is my strength, so I'm going harder to be a savior. All I really wanted. Now I'm a savior, cause my doctrine is over the scale. It's insane that they try to step on it. Can't put a limit on this, cause the truth limitless. If you beat it, you will sleep in a coma. Look at them shutting the doors of the kingdom of heaven. The skies pretending to be brethren. They living like the son of the devil and overly sinning. They hate to see the righteous happy. They need a new spirit, something y'all can give them, but teachers will tell you the Christ cap it down. See, I know the end of the righteous, and I know the end of the sinners as well. We are the way out of hell. We got the light, and I'm gonna do what's right, and we win in the fight to ascend like a flight. So let's unite.
What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know that's what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas wait for? Let's unite.
And what y'all niggas wait for? God sent his son and he's the door. In the more shall we suffer and distort, restoring the fallen tents to David, building the foundation number 4. Babylon is the greatest whore. They keeping us trapped, and that's the attack on our minds. Everyone designed to divide and keep us blind. And that shit is whack. That's why we need to unite, put up a fight. They put on our babies and that shit not right. They want you to sin, but choose to be born again. What's happening now didn't happen then. God is risen a prophet among your brethren. When you gon' open your ears to comprehend, and y'all can stop the copying, cause there's only the real standing in the end, ready to ascend, tired of being condemned. So
Let's unite. What you niggas wait for? I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting
Hey, King, can you hear me?
for?
So you want to push it back like 10 minutes?
Let's unite.
I know that's what you wait for.
No, I was just giving us time to like kind of get it situated because I know you're looking for the picture. Or... It's on your phone, right?
Let's unite. What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know that's what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? So what you niggas wait for? Let's unite.
If not, we just stay at the bottom, waiting for America to solve problems. God is my strength, so I'm going harder to be a savior. All I really wanted. Now I'm a savior, cause my doctrine is over the scale. It's insane that they try to step on it. Can't put a limit on this, cause the truth limitless. If you beat it, you will sleep in a coma. Look at them shutting the doors of the kingdom of heaven. The skies pretending to be brethren. They living like the son of the devil and overly sinning. They hate to see the righteous happy. They need a new spirit, something y'all who can give them. But teachers will tell you the Christ cap it down. See, I know the end of the righteous and I know the end of the sinners as well. We are the way out of hell. We got the light and I'm gonna do what's right, and we winning the fight to ascend like a flight. So let's unite.
What you niggas waiting for? Ain't this what you been waiting for? So let's unite. I know that's what you waiting for. I know you see it's the end time, and I know you see all of these damn signs. So let's unite. Ain't this what you
I thought we were going live on TikTok.
So what you niggas wait for? Let's unite.
Yeah. I don't know how to do it. Let me
what y'all
see.
niggas wait for? God sent his son and he's the door. In the more shall we suffer and distort, restoring the fallen tents to David, building the foundation number 4.
Okay.
Babylon is the greatest whore. They keeping us trapped, and that's the attack on our minds. Everyone designed to divide and keep us blind. And that shit is whack. That's why we need to unite, put up a fight. They put on our babies and that shit not right. They want you to sin, but
All right. Let me see here. I'm at more. Yeah, I don't see that. I'm just at more. I know. When I clicked on the 3 dots, I see participants and all this other stuff. I don't see background I should. Damn. No, I know what you're talking about. I just it's when I clicked on the three dots, my backgrounds ain't coming up, so I'm trying to figure this out. Why? Huh? Recognitions, captions, captions. Maybe it's. Yeah, just give me a minute, man. I'm trying to find my. What? What? What's up? Yeah, I'm trying to find mine still. Just give me a minute. Fuck. Man, this just sucks.
You need help?
Should I go to? Should I check out whiteboards or is what? Never mind. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Mine was in a different place. That's why. Yeah. So choose my virtual setting. I have a green screen. All right. So you sent it. You sent. You sent. Yeah, I'm about to download it right now. Almost there. Sorry. I thought it was gonna be a smooth transition, man. Just, uh, okay. Can you see me now? Nah, you gotta push mirror. Mirror? Huh? Oh, that might be somebody from the, man. Let me see. This is fucking crazy. Do I gotta block the fucking thing again? We Nah, the invite is on the YouTube for for people to come in on the Zoom. Mine don't look right? What about now? Okay. I'm a little confused. Alright, the first image. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, so the one that you just sent me now, that's the right one? Alright, and how does it look now? What about now? Oh. Um yeah, I see yours is right like that, but I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe we gotta. Yeah, what did you do to make it show? You're doing it on your phone, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it on mine. I did. You can put videos on here too. All right, what about now? Oh my shit! I don't know, man. I think you might have to edit it or something. I'm not sure why it's cutting it off, but it's all good. I'm not tripping. or something. Let's see what. Damn. How am I gonna fix this? Shoot.
We all ready. Huh? We all ready.
I think so.
First Commandment.
That's just how it's gonna look, man. I don't know why.
I don't know why yours so big, Zamar. Yours is too. Oh, mine is too?
No, his look right. I see it on the screen. It look right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you good. Yours good. All right. Well, I'm ready when y'all ready.
All right, we can start TikTok whenever you're ready.
Okay. So we're gonna start TikTok first and let it roll about 5 minutes, then put the YouTube on, or start at the same time?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube already on?
Yeah, YouTube's already on.
Okay. No, I didn't know it was being recorded.
Nah, it was on like a blank screen.
Okay.
All right.
TikTok up and running, y'all. Think they're gonna pick it.
All right, King. I'm just trying to Should I go ahead and lock the live until a certain time? Lock the Zoom. You're on mute.
Yeah, lock it. Okay.
If not, we just stay at the bottom, waiting for America to solve problems. God is my strength, so I'm going harder to be a savior. All I really wanted. Now I'm a savior, come on, this stupid scale. It's insane that they try to step.
Yeah, YouTube gonna look like that. That's how YouTube gonna look.
You gotta take money out of my songs.
So go ahead to TikTok.
I don't say you.
Let me know when you're ready to go, King.
We can get it. We can get it started.
All right. Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace. Welcome to the Council of Christ, where the truth is unsealed and prophecy is revealed. All right. Peace and blessings. Welcome to all those that have been tuning in from week to week. All those that have been, watching and eating the food that the Messiah has been, putting out. All right. Welcome and peace and blessings to all the family. All right. This is the council where we reveal the prophecies and the truth about scripture and everything that has to do with the truth about God's manifestation in the earth. All right. We also testify that Yaju Judah, the Holy One of Israel, is the Son of Man, the risen Messiah, the man whom God has chose and blessed with the spirit of understanding and wisdom to walk us into all truth in the earth. Right. Which brings me to the title. Oh, the music. Oh, can you hear me? You hear me? Okay. Yeah. So that, like I said, that brings me to the title. Do you keep the first commandment? Right? Because the first commandment is related into obedience. All right. Hearing the voice of God, hearkening unto the voice of the Most High. The first commandment is connected to God choosing a Christ, choosing a man on the earth whom we are supposed to hearken to and listen to, because this would be the voice of God in the earth, executed and carried out by the man that he's chosen to speak his words. So this is why it's written that he would raise up a prophet amongst his brethren, and in his mouth he would put his words, and we should hearken unto all the words that God is given to this prophet. That one is represents the Christ or the Messiah, Jesus Christ, the Holy Lamb of Israel. That's who that represents. That is the image of God, and that is the voice of God in the earth, which is the Son of God. So the first commandment, hear ye my son. This is connected to hearkening unto the voice and being obedient to God's word. All right? Not doing your own righteousness or making sacrifices, but the obedience is to hearken unto the voice of God. So with that said, I hope that your ears are circumcised and that you really just tune in to what's being said. We're gonna bring out a lot of scriptures tonight. Really just trying to reveal the prophecy to y'all so y'all understand what the manifestation of God looks like. It's not according to your imagination or fairy tales or myths that we've been told, but it's a real life manifestation or a real life prophecy unfolding into in reality. That's what the scripture is about. It's about the real life prophecy unfolding in reality. All right, so we're here to reveal that to you and help you understand what this looks like, so that all nations can begin to come to worship God in spirit and truth. But you have to know who God is and what he is, because it's also written in the prophecy that many people would reject God and wouldn't accept God, making themselves on the wrong side of God's wrath. You see? So this is why it's very important to understand that Christ or the Son of God would be one of us in the earth executing God's will. And we would have to hearken unto God by listening to him and following the information that he's given out, because that is God's image. All right. So this is why this is very important, y'all. So with that being said, like I said, listen, let your eyes be open, your ears, circumcised, and really try to receive the food or the bread of heaven that's being given. All right.
Look on YouTube and TikTok, y'all. So for my YouTube viewers,
you could definitely join the live by the link, by the Zoom link. If you have any questions, you can come up, and you can also come up on the TikTok. At Yaju Judah 3. So it's two ways you can join this broadcast, y'all. We have it broadcasting on TikTok and YouTube. And again, we do have a Zoom link for you to join if you would like to join the conversation. But peace and blessings, y'all. The title is, do you follow the first commandment? Many people never ask themselves. They just say they keep commandments. If anybody, I keep the commandments. I keep the commandments. Well, in this live, it's going to get way more in detail on why we do not keep the commandments. You know, and that's why the first question is, forget the 10, forget the 2. Do you keep the first? You know, and I think if you listen, ask the right question, or basically if you just listen, all your questions will get answered. You know, just based off you listening and receiving the scriptures, the precepts we bring out, why we are not keeping the first commandment. You know, I think it's very important to our walk and to our understanding with God. You know, so again, if you have any questions, if you have any disagreements, any debates, you are welcome to join the live. If you're able to talk in decency and order, you're welcome. But again, you will find out why you do not keep the first commandment.
So, with that being said, wanted to just talk a little bit about the obedience, you know, and the fact that everyone is waiting on instruction from God, right? Isn't that what this is all about? There's a echo. I'm not really sure if that's coming from me or everyone is waiting on the instructions, or you know, waiting on the I guess for God to reveal himself, you know, the end of days, the end of time, you know, whatever that may look like. And everybody is waiting on that, but at the same time that they're waiting on it, people are pretending that they already know God. They say that God is in their heart, God is in their mind, or you know, God is in the book, or you know, whatever they can say to make it look like they know what they're talking about. But the truth of the matter is, waiting on the instructions of God, or for God to reveal himself in the earth, it's already a process that's already taken place. And this is what we're trying to reveal to the world. It's a process that's already taken place, right? And this is because the man, the Christ, the Lamb, the Son of God, the Son of Man, that individual, which is not a spirit, he's not a spirit, but he's a man that has been prophesied to be risen up amongst real people in the earth. All right? Not to be born of a ghost, or not to be born, you know, through some immaculate conception that they've all made up and gave you myths, but it was a real story and a real prophecy about the reality of a man basically being birthed of the wisdom of God. You know, giving us the knowledge that we would need in the earth to understand God and wake up out of the deception. So this would, you know, by default, bring light into all the nations, so that all nations would come to know who God is through this man that formulates a priesthood, or a group of righteous beings that are speaking the truth. And this would in turn be the house of God in the earth. So please understand that the manifestation of God and everything that we've been waiting for as far as instructions from God to reveal himself, it's already happening. But in the story, it was written that people would reject God because they would reject the very one that God had sent. That's what's written in the story. So that's why it's important to understand the story, not just read it, but understand that it's something that comes is something that's coming to pass and coming to fruition as we speak about it or as we have this holy conversation. You gotta unmute King for TikTok.
Because that's exactly what you are. So I'm saying, is Christ not a mere man? Christ is all God, man. Say that one more time. Christ is all God. Okay, ain't what's flesh and blood?
Hey, Stamps, I can't hear you on TikTok. I can't hear you on TikTok, Stamps.
What you say, O'Neal?
No, we couldn't hear you. You were muted.
What part of the Bible is an end time prophecy? The whole book is an end time prophecy. False. All right, so can you show me a date in the Bible to prove me otherwise? Bro, show me in the Bible where it says the time prophecy. Can you show me in the Bible a date to prove me otherwise? Because right now, the Bible that is the end time prophecy is Revelations. A lot of it is not an end time prophecy. It was happening at the time. You know what I mean about false witness? All of you guys are bearing false witness as we speak. I can talk to him. No, I'm trying to get this. This guy, every second that he walks on this earth.
Can you hear me, King? I don't hear you.
Thou shalt have no other gods before him.
So, who do you worship?
I worship God Almighty.
Which is what? What is God Almighty to you?
God Almighty is the only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.
Well, I'm glad you said that. So let's go to Exodus 20. This is why we have this title up here. We finna prove this brother does not keep the first commandment. He does not keep the first commandment. Hold up, brother. We finna read Exodus 20. Because you say
don't keep the first commandment.
You say God is the only begotten Son. That was the image of God. The only begotten Son is the image of God. It's not God. That's two different things. But so right now, hold up. Because I'm finna show you how that's not according to the first commandment. So we're in Exodus 20. We're gonna read verses read
Let's go.
1 through 3.
All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 1. I'm sorry, for chapter 20, verse 1. Right? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Okay. So you say, so I want to ask you this. So who got you out of Egypt? Was it Yahshua or was it God and Moses?
Bro, Yahshua, Jesus, is God manifested in the
That's
flesh.
not what I asked you, brother, man. I say, who got you out of...
They are the same people.
Slow down. Who
They
got
are
you...
the same people.
Who got you out of Egypt? Was it God and Moses? Or was it Yahshua and Moses?
They are the same people. Why are you saying it like they're two different people?
So why it wasn't Jesus in the flesh that got you out of Egypt?
They are the same people. You're speaking about the same people, making it seem like it's two different people. They are the same people.
Can't cash your pearls or swine too long. So I'm asking you one more question. I'm asking you one question. Is God spirit? Hold up, brother. Is God Jesus flesh that got you out of Egypt?
And then the demons that's inside of you,
O'Neal,
they would be like, let me go into the swine.
O'Neal, is God spirit or is God flesh and blood?
He's spirit, but when he was on earth, when Jesus Christ, he was flesh and blood.
And when was Jesus Christ in Egypt?
Jesus was in Egypt as God.
So it's God is spirit, but Jesus is flesh and blood.
They are the same people. Jesus is God manifested in the flesh.
Okay.
You said Jesus and God are the same? O'Neal? How is this? O'Neal, can you hear me? I don't know why I'm not hearing you. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear y'all at all. And even though O'Neal is talking, I can't hear none of y'all. Is it because y'all are muted? Yeah. All right.
Clouds, not the literal clouds in the sky, like man, I told you that I can show you in scripture. Who told you that it's not? This guy, this man told you that it's not, bro. Hold on. Well, for one, it's the Lord brings truth and understanding in the last days, right? So you were supposed to get all your understanding from Christ, but instead you went through a book, or I got all my understanding from Christ, bro. Christ is the word. The Bible is the word. The word of God. I got my understanding from Christ. All right, cool. You just confessed to having two masters. First you said Christ is the word, then you said the book is the word. So which one is it? Christ is the word. The word is Jesus Christ made flesh. They are both the same thing. Okay, so where do you get the word from? From the Holy Spirit. You get the. So which one? First you said the book, now you saying Christ, now you saying the Holy Spirit. Because the Holy Spirit is the same. Yo, bro, y'all are doing too much, bro. Y'all looking at.
My brother, I don't even.
Listen, I'm trying to say.
Hold on, brother Max. Hey,
trying to send straight to
hey,
hell,
look,
bro.
look.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Brother man. Well, look, you don't have no substance of what you're saying. You just yapping and running off at the mouth. You saying Christ is flesh.
You do with your whole life, bro.
Okay, brother man.
Running up the mouth.
Thank you for coming up, man.
Yo, guy.
Yeah, he was just, you know, he was running off at the mouth. You still can hear us some more?
No, I hear you now.
So yeah, y'all, man, like we said, the first commandment, y'all, is very, very deep. I wouldn't say it's deep. It's common sense. But we don't have the common sense no more. We have religious teachings, religious doctrine, and precepts that's taught by men. So again, y'all, we ain't gonna let them up either. That's Shiva, that's another. I call a lot of these dudes just really just internet. They ain't got nothing else to do. You know, they just grown men that go around and play on the internet. So again, y'all, if you're welcome to come up on the YouTube, click on the link. It's pinned in the comments. If you really have questions, again, nobody is keeping the first commandment. The first commandment is not being kept. These are facts. So when you come up here, or if you don't come up, read Exodus 1-3. You don't supposed to worship no God that didn't bring you out of Egypt. Christ didn't bring you out of Egypt. It was the Spirit of God in Moses. So if you worship the Spirit, worship God in spirit and truth, not in letters, alphabets, and scriptures. It don't say worship God in letters, alphabets, and scriptures. It says spirit and truth. And whoever hosts in the Spirit will be able to speak the truth. So it say Christ, the anointed one, the one that's anointed by the Spirit, speaks the truth. It's just that simple. So if you worship God in the spirit and truth, you're never going to worship the flesh. You're never going to worship the history. You're never going to worship ancestors. You always going to worship the vessel God is dwelling in, so you could be a worshiper of the living God, because God don't go in the grave. You know, so again, y'all, the first commandment is very, very big to all these commandment keepers who say they're keeping the commandment. Because I don't see too many people walking the face of the earth in 2024 that's keeping the commandments of God. And if you say we can't prove it, we're gonna prove it. So I think we need to read Exodus 1-3, or Exodus 22:2-3. And actually we're gonna bring out 4. And just get people into the mind frame of what the commandments really are. Like my brother man said today, you ask people some of the commandments, they don't know the first commandment. Hey, what's the first commandment? They start singing and humming. You know, so we're just gonna go over the first commandment to show you we are not keeping the first commandment.
All right. This is Exodus Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. It's written, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. All right, this is graven. It says engrave, inscription, or image on a surface. All right, and then the next one is fixed, something undeniably in the mind. And then here's a term. The times are graven on my memory. So when it says something undeniably in the mind, then the saying goes, the times are graven on my memory. Then it says deeply impressed, or firmly fixed, carved or sculptured, a graven idol. Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Now, it said Hey, is there an echo or like is there another video playing on your side? No? Uh-huh. Huh. Oh, I got an echo. Okay. Let me see here. Still now? Okay, cool. All right. So in in the definition, it said engraved, but don't you find it interesting that it gives you the literal term first, but then it goes to show you how there's a symbolic meaning to it. It's like, so you can't just say it's literal. There's another term for it. I mean, there's another meaning because when it said engrave or inscription, image on the surface, marbled or like some type of form. Okay, that's the first definition. But then the second definition is something fixed undeniably in the mind. So something that you're fixated on, then undeniably in the mind, and right after that, it gives you a saying so you can understand that this is a symbolic thing. So people don't realize that sayings are really big because sayings mean something. So right after something that's undeniably fixated in the mind, it says the times are graven on my memory. So a thought or something that you believe can be a graven image. I just wanted to highlight that because people think Oh, go ahead, bro. Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to highlight that we read these definitions, but you got a lot of people like don't really like continue to read because there's more there's more to it. You can't just say that a graven image or graven just means something physical. You see what I'm saying? The proof that it's something that is also spiritual or symbolic is in what we just read. Something undeniably in the mind, just like times are graven on my memory. So, what can be an example of a graven image in the mind if it's not something physical? Because we testify that these things that are written in these scriptures are symbolisms and symbolize things. So the graven image is, we're not talking about statues. We're talking about the idea of what God is. You've made a graven image in your mind. And then you take the pictures to say that to make your imagination fit. No. You take your graven image in your mind and then you paint it. And then it becomes like, something physical. Like, so what's up with all these pictures of Christ and things of that sort? No one knows what Christ will look like until he was revealed. And that's what I'm saying, King. These are spiritual meanings. There's no physical attributes about Christ and God in the scriptures. Everything that you think is a physical attribute, like the woolly hair or white woolly hair, that is not referring to a physical attribute. Those things are referring to spiritual attributes of basically how Christ would operate and the wisdom that he would have. Just like a lamb looking like he's slain. Is this going to be like literally a killed lamb walking around? Or is it symbolic for something that people are not going to receive? So you can't take these scriptures and make them literal and then say that that's what it means. No, there is a spiritual meaning to it. Like a lamb slain. The Son of Man was going to look like a lamb slain. There's a meaning to that, meaning that you're not gonna, you weren't gonna receive, or it wasn't gonna be pretty. It wasn't gonna be what you wanted, comely to you or beautiful to you. You want the Son of Man to be imaginary and fairy tale when he's really a Son of Man. So that's what the slain image is, something that you weren't trying to receive. So I yield there. I'm just saying that these are symbolic things. They're not spirit. They're not physical attributes. What? All right. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain, and they speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of the Lord. All right. Jeremiah 23, verse 17. They say, they say, still unto them that despise me, the Lord have said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto every one that walketh under the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord, and have pierced and heard his word? And have perceived and heard his word. Who have marked his word and heard it? Verse 19. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. Mm-hmm. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. I am a God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, and not a God afar off? Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, and not a God afar off? Mm-hmm. Keep going, King. Hey, so your mic is not. You guys are muted on Zoom.
Would they still can't? It's not messing up.
Nah.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta be on muted because it's recording on YouTube
through Zoom
or through
or
Zoom
through
to
Zoom
YouTube.
to YouTube.
Okay.
So you guys gotta be
So
on
you
muted.
guys gotta be on
Snaps,
muted.
you gotta be on muted
Snaps,
too.
you gotta be on muted too.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess now you gotta turn your volume all the way down on YouTube. Cause can you still hear me? You can hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Snaps,
about
I'm
on Zoom.
talking about
You
on
gotta
Zoom.
unmute
You
your
gotta
mic on
unmute
Zoom.
your mic on Zoom.
Okay. And then just turn your volume all the way down. Yes.
All right, for sure.
All right, for sure.
All right.
All right.
So there you have
So
it, y'all.
there you have it, y'all.
I do hear the
I
echo,
do hear
but if
the
you turn
echo,
the
but if you
volume
turn
down
the
or maybe
volume down or
put some
maybe
headphones
put some
on,
headphones on,
maybe that might help.
maybe that might help.
Because we
gotta be heard from Zoom for it to be on
You see what I'm
YouTube.
saying?
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. I gotta get real close.
Well, you're cool, King. But Stamps, I think that was coming from Stamps, or was it you? Oh. All right.
You can hear me?
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay.
All right. So, who are we dealing with?
All throughout scriptures. I feel myself.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't, I love to bring out Deuteronomy 28. That's just the first two verses.
Okay.
Because people are heavy on saying they keep the commandments because they wear fringes now. You know, the Christian church, they weren't really too big on keeping the commandments. They was more big on accepting the gospel of Christ. You know, which they also read in the book. So it was another deception. Now the deception these days, if they put on fringes, you know, if they keep these feast days, they obeying the commandments. And we finna show you that's not true. That's not true. If you keep the words of a book, that's not the commandments of God. So we in Deuteronomy 28. Everybody love Deuteronomy 28.
All right.
So we're gonna read verses 1 through 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shall hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what was the commandments? They were just going to be coming from the voice of God. What is the voice of God? The living vessel that God chooses to dwell in, which is why we read earlier in Exodus 20, have no grieving images, have no thoughts of who you think God gonna choose. That's basically what grieving image is. Whether it's where you seen it on a picture, you know, whether somebody gave you some words like his hair was gonna be wool full of white, those are images. So if you don't have no grieving images and you seek God in spirit and in truth, God will open your eyes. God would open your ears, which is the circumcision to hear God speak. So right now, the commandments was again in verse 2, and all these blessings shall come upon thee. They go these blessings again. Why we don't have no blessings? Because we are listening to false prophets and not the living vessel that God is dwelling in. But it says, and overtake thee if they go that free will, huh? If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Mm-hmm. So only if you hearken to the voice, not only if you read the scriptures. That's why it's a lot of people who haven't read the scriptures, they're going to be able to hear the voice.
So it looks like you got a choice too. Who said that?
That's what it looked like.
We didn't have free will. Who said that? I forgot.
You know, man, the one that turned into a monkey, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was crazy. It's like, man, when your back is against the wall, you don't even realize how you sound and what you're saying. You'll say anything, you know what I'm saying, just because you can't, you start scrambling. So, like, it's like, but people don't pay attention to that. It's like, they just want you to lose. They don't want to pay attention to the truth.
Oh yeah, they it's like that's why it gave a time limit. It was like, okay, I can't stay in this fight. He got burnt, So I say, y'all, it's very, very big, man. Y'all own the commandments, man. The commandments, y'all, because we was commanded to obey the voice. We got people literally teaching us. We've been commanded. If it ain't coming out the book, it ain't true. That's like, y'all. That's going against the commandments in totality. Because the written word, or I can't say the written word, the written will lets us know God spoke through living vessels. God didn't speak through no Bible. Nobody in the Bible had the Bible. Now, a lot of people might say when we say these things, we saying like, oh, the Bible fake. That's not what we saying. We saying when people read it and when they teach their interpretation, that's when it's fake. That's what we saying. So right now, the teachings that man teach from the scriptures is false because the scriptures don't testify to what's coming out man's lips. The scriptures go against every man and woman that's teaching the book. The written scriptures go against every man and woman that's teaching the book. That's why we're asking this $1 million question. Do you follow the first commandment? Now, you got y'all boy in the comments. He come to class every day, man.
Who Nate?
He come to class every day faithfully.
Who Nate?
Yeah, he watch us more than the counts. So yeah. I don't know if y'all want to dialogue with the brother. I know we ain't gonna give you no hour or 2 hours to stay up here. We gonna get a time limit. and we gonna stay on the topic. So if you come up, stay on the topic, and we're gonna give you about no more than 30 minutes. No more than 30. That might be too long.
Yeah, that's good. Nate, you can come up, brother, man. But I wanted to um yeah, no. Yeah, I was gonna bring out a scripture real quick. Peace, peace, peace too, Nate. Um no, I had just wanted to bring out to touch on what the Messiah was saying as well. First Samuel 15:22. It's written, and Samuel said, "Have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." So I brought that up to just like pretty much show. But in other words, it's better to obey the voice of the Lord than to do what the Lord didn't really even require. So it's written that the Lord did not require our fathers to make sacrifices of lambs and goats and things of that sort. Um, but He required the obedience to hearken unto His voice. And the whole thing that people I don't believe are getting is that hearkening unto God's voice is by receiving God's Son. So God actually has a voice through His Son or through His prophet or His anointed one, through the high priest, the anointed vessel that is chosen at whatever time is valid. So in the last days, there is also an anointed vessel, just like we read in the scriptures, that God would use to to direct the people. And I don't think people are getting that when we keep talking about the voice of God. We have to hearken unto God's voice, and by doing that, we're accepting God's order. Otherwise, we're being disobedient. It's disobedient not to receive God's anointed one. You see? Not to hear His anointed one is disobedient. So
I don't know, maybe because I'm not talking.
What's going on, Nate?
Oh no, I couldn't. What'd you say? Yeah. You can't see that up there. Do you follow the first commandment? You can't see that topic. Damn, what you looking at the sky? Christ supposed to come back tonight or something?
Are you saying what is it about? Like, what's the title about?
You stumbling. Oh, so he was listening then. He was listening. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good, brother. That's good. So I want to ask you this. So okay, who do you follow? Did you Howard Shah bring you out of Egypt? So why do you say so let's read. But I'm saying that's breaking the first commandment. It say have no graven images, brother. We just you was in class when you heard about no graven images. You see how we went over that? Well, like I said, no. Let's hey, we ain't going. Let's go to Exodus 20. We're gonna read again for you. Let's go to Exodus 20. What that's 20 and 2, or that's 20 and 3.
20 and
4.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So they say worship God in spirit and truth, right? Spirit and truth. But you say you worship the Lord Almighty through a graven image. This is what you are literally adding the graven image on your worship. So you don't see how you break. I just want to know, do you see how you are not keeping the first commandment? So I guess you must have just got here.
Yeah, because
So we did go over these things, but we're gonna do it again. You're a humble brother, so we're gonna do it again.
So I'm gonna go back. Let's see here. All right, graven image is engrave. An inscription or image on a surface, marble graved in the form, and that is the literal version. An inscription or image on a surface, or engraved or carved. Then it says fixed, something undeniably in the mind. All right, something that's deniably in the mind. And an example is, the times are graven on my memory. So you have to understand the symbolic term for graven is a thought or something in your mind, something that you believe, that it becomes graven, it becomes an image in your mind, meaning it becomes something that you imagine and therefore is fixated in your mind. That's why it says something fixed, undeniably in the mind. And then it gives you an example of that. The times are graven on my memory. All right. So a graven image can be a belief. It can be a thought. It can be, more so imagination, something that you've never seen, but you're fixating on believing that's what it is, which is why imaginations must be cast down. And it says deeply impressed or firmly fixated, carved, sculptured, a graven idol. So when it tells you that something undeniably in the mind, it's relating to a carving or sculptured, but more so symbolically in the mind. This is why it says the times are graven on my memory. No, brother, you got to understand what we just read here. There's an example here. It says we read the definition, the literal definition of what graven means, but then it gave you the another definition that graven can also mean and represent something symbolic. So to give you the real idea of what graven image means, I gave you an example, and it says the times are graven on my memory. So graven.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you gotta turn your mic up so they can hear the guests. On YouTube, they can't hear Nathaniel speak.
Okay. All right. All right. They should be able to hear him now.
What the thing? So when it says, "How can you follow someone you haven't seen? How can you believe someone you haven't heard?" Okay, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, brother man, this stuff we bring out every day. I think you know what we bring out. Really, what you're doing, you sharpen. No, you sharpening your sword, but not giving us credit for how sharp your sword gonna be. That's all you're doing. Man, come on. Okay. Well, you can say something after this. I just want to say this. So we proven you have a graven image before God because you say you worship the Almighty through. I forgot what name you use, Yahshua, whatever name you use. So you got a graven image that you're going through. Well, no, first you gotta are you acknowledging you have a graven image or you don't? So what is a graven image to you? What is an idol? Tell me what idol is. Okay, what if Moses say have no images, what have you done? I want. I don't know. I don't know. They say they still can't hear the guests on the YouTube either.
But here's what it is, bro. Look, a graven, you know what it means to idolize somebody. So an idol or to idolize somebody, a man can be a graven image. Anything that you worship or idolize can be a graven image. You see what I'm saying? So when King is telling you about like what an idol is, it's something fixated in your mind that you worship. So a graven image is something that you basically worship in your mind. It can be anything. So the fact that um you don't know God except through Christ, but you haven't seen Christ or you haven't received Christ, then you don't know God. You know you're basically it's a graven image in your mind because you really don't know God because you haven't heard the voice from God. And the only way that you hear the voice from God is if you hear from the Son of Man. So anything else that you're worshiping or anything else that you're saying is God, it's a graven image. It's a false. That's why you're not keeping the commandments when it says have no other gods before me. So you got to accept God for who he is, and his voice and his image is the Son. Nah, brother, you said you knew God through You said you knew God through Christ or Yahushua. That's what you said.
No, brother man. Peter was an eyewitness, brother. You reading something from an eyewitness. But I know, but he not making that statement for them to be preachers and teachers of something. What I'm just saying, but we are talking about people who teach the word. See, this is what you don't understand. You are not qualified. Yes, you are not qualified. Okay, you are not qualified to teach the word. For one thing, the law is for the priest, brother. The law, you don't even, this is the basic principles. The law is a Levitical law. It's not an Israel law. The law is for the priest. So we are staying on the topic. So I'm saying that's what you got to understand. So we basically telling you, you can't teach it. You can hear the word, but you can't teach the word. Explain. Hold on. The thing about it. Hold on. For one thing, brother. How can I teach somebody that's not willing to remove all the bread or yeast out of their minds? So again, stop for one thing. No, but Christ spoke with a. Hold up. Christ spoke in. Hold up, Christ spoke in. Hey, Christ spoke in parables, brother. So for you to walk around and say, teach, Christ didn't teach that way. The only people that received the mysteries are those that was with Christ, that was willing to do the work. Gorilla not willing to do the work of God. So the only thing I could give him is something to make him think, just like you. You're not willing to listen. No, you're not. Oh. No, you don't. Hey, Zamon, I think, do you have the headphones connected to the TikTok? Well, that's why we can't hear them because everything is going through the headphones. Nobody do everybody have their headphones connected to TikTok? Yeah, you got. I think like Zamar. Yeah, you gonna have to have your headphones connected to YouTube so they can hear the broadcast um on TikTok.
Uh, so
So when Nathaniel talk now, I think they'll be able to hear him.
all right. Can somebody check? Can somebody let me know if they hear Nate talking or hear us talking? Nate, can you just speak for a minute?
He said one word.
He said yeah. He said he did. He said yeah.
I want to make sure they hear me. Can they hear me? Yes or no? So I can restate what I was about to say.
I'm waiting for somebody to say something if they can hear you.
Can you hear him? I don't know. Say something.
Say something. I was playing, but all right. So I'm gonna just say it, bro, because I feel like you guys are good.
You good?
So, so you just said because, and that's why I said you were more open to listen because you were trying to find yourself. So before you found Yaju, you were still looking for yourself, seeing who you were, and then Yaju came with this new doctrine, and you just harkened onto it because you were searching for it, right? So it just like it seemed like it fell right into your lap. So it was easier for you to be deceived.
No.
Than others.
No.
Because for instance, in Matthew 24, I believe it's 24, one of them. It basically says that there's going to be a false Christ coming who could deceive the very elect. It doesn't say they will, but it could.
Brother, listen. That has already happened. Christ is, listen, the devil has already deceived the whole world. That's the whole point. So, check this out. Before I met Yaju, before I came across Christ, I was doing everything y'all was doing. So when I said I was trying to figure it out, I mean like, I was pretending, just like y'all are doing, pretending to know God, but I ain't never had Christ. I ain't never met Christ, never talked to Christ, because he was a figment of my imagination.
But now I'm not pretending.
Listen, he was a figment of, no, you're still pretending, trust me. He was a figment. Bro, this is getting on my freaking nerve, bro. How are you not, listen to me. This is coming from me, because from experience, I was pretending to know God or to know Christ. This is what I mean by that. Christ is a flesh and blood man. He ain't a darn spirit. According to the book, he's not a spirit. He's a real flesh and blood man. Okay? God is a spirit that you cannot hear from or even know of until he chooses a Christ to speak for him. So I was pretending, and you're still pretending. Because you have to go through a physical flesh and blood Christ to even hear from God. What is so hard to understand about that?
The reason why is, listen. Why is
Wait, what the thing? He's not trying to understand.
Bro, hold on. Was Gorilla trying to understand, but you came to him? All right, then.
For one thing, hold on. For one thing, hold on, bro. Hold on. I know you don't want to understand. It's already said. Didn't I still let you up? Don't you still come up?
Okay, but you know the Israelites don't want to understand, but you still keep going to the Son of Thunder, brother.
Okay, and because it's called judgment.
Judgment only on the Israelites? Why don't you go to the Christian church, the Catholic church? You only go to the Israelites. Why? Because you try to feed off of our doctrine. I can say the same thing about you, brother.
What?
See what I'm saying? How can
Hey Nathaniel. Hey Nathaniel. I was doing this while you was in school, brother. So how I'm trying to feed off the Hebrew doctrine when my doctrine is totally different.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard you say, bro.
Listen. Okay, so then why? Listen.
The devil coming out.
Also give them their judgment instead of us. You only come to us. Why? Because you obviously think that we have some knowledge and some truth, correct?
No, judgment is for the teachers.
Some of our people are in the Christian church. So what's your point? We got
Baptists, we got, come on, those are melanated because you guys are coming for the melanated, right? We come from the blood, but you guys come for the melanated, correct? You said all melanated.
Hey, Christ was going to be fighting with his twin brother. So right now, y'all call yourself the Hebrew Israelite, right? No truth, no Christ. Y'all following y'all account. Christ comes back to defeats the false prophets. Right now, y'all stand on street corners and condemn people. Y'all don't know the truth. Y'all stand on the corner and teach the law. Hold on. Christ comes back. Listen. And then you had said something. You said something. You ain't even hear what you said. In the last days, they was gonna be singing a new song. You said when Zamar heard the new doctrine that Christ, that y'all do have, that Christ had.
Is this on YouTube?
That's exactly what.
I want you guys to play that back if I said that, because I know I didn't say what you're saying at all. So play that back.
Hey, brother, you just said it. I was listening to you. You said y'all dude came with a new doctrine. And that's exactly what Christ will be bringing in the last days. A whole new doctrine that no man never heard.
So you
said, hold on, bro, because you talked a lot. But you puffed up on the knowledge of wisdom of man. We were supposed to let every man be a liar because the truth was going to come in the last days.
Is this not a man right here?
It's the man with the spirit of God. Right now, you listening to regular man.
So what's the difference between me and him?
He got the spirits, you don't.
How you know that?
I hear your doctrine, brother.
Bro, you're basing off a doctrine?
Yeah. You talking about God, right?
My sheep hear my voice.
You talking about God, right? It's only one. Hold on. Hey, hold on. I just want to say, if we talking about God, it's only one true God. So it'll only be one truth when it comes to God. And you don't got it. You got an idle mind right now. An idle mind is the devil's playground. Hold on, bro. An idle mind is the devil's playground. So you said, Yahshua, whatever you call him, saved you out of Egypt. You never witnessed this man. You never idle mind. That's how I know what you said.
Yahweh, the Almighty, through Moses. So what do you like? Look. So let me get this. Hold on, 1 second. Isaiah 8, because this is the Lord speaking, correct? Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So y'all Jew, you tell people to get out of the Bible, brother. But this says something different. The Almighty says something different. So you're going against the Almighty's commands. So who's contradicting who?
The book say you get the law from the mouth of the messenger. Does not the book tell you get the law from the messenger? The book don't say it.
So prove that.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. I'm not denying it, but I want you to prove it though.
So I just want to know: do you agree or do you disagree with that?
I just said I'm not denying it.
Well, no, I just want to give a straight up answer. Answer like a man. So, do you agree? I'm going to the verse right now. Do you agree or do you disagree with the law coming from a vessel rather than the book?
I believe the law was going to be not destroyed, but fulfilled by a vessel to help us better.
That's not the question, my brother. The question is, do you believe the law come from the book or does it come from a vessel?
It comes from the Almighty. The law comes from the Almighty. But
do it come from a book?
It comes from the Almighty, bro.
Hey, you got to check out book or living vessel. Where does this law come from? Book or living vessel? That's not the question, my brother. The question is, do you believe the law comes from the book or does it come from a vessel?
It's coming from the Almighty. It comes from the Almighty.
Hey,
the law comes from the Almighty.
No, brother man. We know the law comes from the Almighty. But you talking about you got to check out book or living vessel. Where does this law come from? Book or living vessel? That's not the question, my bro. I just want a simple question so I can be a simple answer so I can read the scripture, brother. Does it come from a vessel? So, is it coming from a book or is it coming from a vessel? No, brother man. Does it come? We know the law comes from the Almighty. But you talking about you got to check out. So we're not trying to do this. Where does this law come from? Book or living vessel? That's not the question, my bro. And then I have simple verse, so I can give you a simple answer, so I can read the scripture, brother. Does it come from a vessel? So this is coming from a book. Hey, it coming from a vessel. No, brother, man. Does it come? Okay, well, look, the vessel already came, so God. But you talking about? Okay. So we're not trying to do where does the law come from? Book or living vessel? That's correct. Not the question, my bro. And then I have simple verse. So I can give you a simple answer. Does it come from a vessel? So this is coming from a book. Hey, it coming from a vessel. No, brother, man. Does it come? Okay, well, look, the vessel. Okay, well, but you talking about? Let us read that. So we're not trying to do this. I'm telling people this was written in the book. That's correct. Bro, and then I have simple verse. So I can give you a simple answer. Does it come from a vessel? So this is coming from a book. Hey,
they should seek the
no,
law.
okay, well, look, the vessel. Okay, well, but you talking about? Let us read that. So we're not trying to do this. I'm telling you, this was written in the book. That's correct. God have faith, bro. And then I have some brain first. Does it come from a vessel? So it's the law of book. Hey, they should seek the law. Okay, well, look, the vessel. Okay, but you talking about? Let us read that. So we're not trying to do this. This was written in the book. That's correct. God have faith, bro. And then I have some brain first. Does it come from a vessel?
First of all, they should seek the law. See God. You know why? Because they're not reading the book. They're arguing to the voice because they understand the process. That's not what God raised up. Listen, to speak. First of all, they should see God. They're not reading the book. You know why? That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. You're not God. You know why? That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why I said, listen, they see me speak the gospel. So this is the sort of elementary God. They're not God. That's why I said not reading the book. Because it's all about receiving the Son's voice. So they see God through the Son. That's why listen, it's hard to speak the gospel to all things. So listen, they're the word of the tree God. They're not that's why I say we're reading the book. It's hard to receive this message for us. They speak the Son. That's why listen, it's hard to speak the gospel to all things. So listen, they're the word of the tree God. They're not that's why I say we're reading the book. It's hard to receive this message for us. They speak the Son. That's why listen, it's hard to speak the gospel to all things. So listen, they're the word of the tree God. They're not